You have a seat in the jury box. There may be another one that put us back in session in clause number 23 CCCR 1030. Case of style of state of Texas versus Lakeisha Lachey Williams. Ms. Williams, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Williams, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Williams, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Williams, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Williams?
Ready to go home.
Ready to go home? Okay. Now, Ms. Williams, you're represented in your case by your attorney Reagan Minaldi. Ms. Minaldi, how are you doing?
Good, Judge.
I'm doing fine. Now, I think I just swore you in. Is that correct, Miss
Yes.
Williams? Miss Williams, you have two cases, cause number 23CCCR 1030 and cause number 23CCCR 1033. I'm going to start with cause number 23CCCR 1030. And I have before me a document on the computer that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Mykesha Lachey Williams, on or about March 8th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Ms. Williams, do you understand what you have been charged with? To this case, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Ms. Williams, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials, MW, on the line next to a box that say guilty. You place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of, on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery. Hold on a minute. I'm looking at the Discovery certification. Let me show you. Now, is this your signature
Yes, sir.
on this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, right here.
Yes, sir.
This one right here,
Yes, sir.
above the line that's titled defendant. Now, that's not the same one on here. Are these your initials that you put here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you need to change that, and that's supposed to be your signature.
Yes, sir.
And what I'll do, I'll just erase it by using this document, by using this pen. The attorney is going to hand this to you. You can sign your name on the line that's titled defendant. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Williams, I have before me this document, trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's
Yes,
titled
sir.
defendant? Let me see, did we have to do a signature on the previous one too? Yeah. On page 3 of. That was a signature, right? She had initials in 2 locations. Now, on State's Exhibit 1, trial court certification, defendant's right of appeal, and the discovery certification, you acknowledge that these are your signatures and initials on these documents. Is that
Yes.
correct? Now, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Williams, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Stay up for 6-1.
Any objections, Ms. Minaldi?
No, Judge.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Minaldi, you advised and counseled Ms. Williams
I did.
Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
Ms. Williams, your attorney, Ms. Mandaldi, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Ms. Williams, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For plea of guilty, the state has offered 1 year deferred probation with a $250 fine and 40 hours community service. This offer is to rank concurrent with her felony cases. And the state is dismissing the possession case 23 CCCR 1033 in exchange for this plea.
Now, the felony cases are clause numbers 23 DCCR 1967 and 23 DCCR 1968. Is that correct?
Correct. And there's also a 23 DCCR 1969 that was dismissed in conjunction with her felony.
Okay, but it's not running with that. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Now, what is the court cost in her case? 277. On the felony cases, did she get probation?
Those were deferred offers as well, Judge.
Okay, so this is probably not gonna, I'm sure there's a reimbursement fee. Okay. That's 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Ms. Williams, state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $250. You'll be required to pay court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $300. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, year analysis fee of $15 a month, and reimbursement fee of $15. Now, on your paperwork, this comes out to $158 a month. However, you will not be required to pay the probation fee of $60 and the reimbursement fee of $15 each month. And you will not be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15. Okay, so you will not be required to pay the probation fee of $60 a month, the urinalysis fee of $15 a month, and the reimbursement fee of $15. So therefore, instead of your probation fees, or instead of the total fines and fees that you'll be required to pay each month being $158 a month, you'll be only required to pay $75 a month, because if you're already on probation, you won't pay 2 probation fees, and you won't pay 2 urinalysis fees, and you won't pay 2 reimbursement fees. You understand that? Are you able to pay the $75 each month?
Yes.
All right. You will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. And this case will be running concurrent with your felony cases, cause number 23 DCCR 1968 and cause number 23 DCCR 1968 and 1967. And the state will be dismissing cause number 23 CCCR 1033, and that's the companion case. Now, you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Williams, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Williams, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Williams, this will conclude your case. And Ms. Williams, if you successfully complete your probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Attorney Minaldi, about the non-disclosure, because she's quite competent in those matters. Now, Ms. Williams, please stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you're free to follow her, and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Minaldi, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, the court appointed fees was $300.
But you're good to go.
Thank you.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It won't take you a
Minaldi.
Minaldi.
She said Minaldo.
No, I said, correct. I got my name right.